Today on the Terrible Warriors. Oh, let's be bad guys again. Return to the Suicide Squad, where Max Brand and Killer Watt have been chasing down a device of controversial origin, and they've done a thing. It's activated. And in a flash of light, they awake. In episode 2 of our two-parter of our second volume in Suicide Squad. And Max Brand and Killer Watt and our GM, they are your Terrible Warriors.
Welcome back, terrible listeners, to this, the final game of our two-game special for the Suicide Squad, where Killer Watt and Max Brand team up to commit crime. And it goes interestingly. And I'm joined with
Shane Fitzgerald,
Will Mitchell.
And it went white as lightning from Killer Watt's gauntlets arced into the Materiopticon. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Let's start with the bad news.
You look around as the light clears away. Are you in an enchanted forest? It's a forest. And there's a bird. There's another bird. There's a butterfly. There's a fairy. There's another bird. Oh, look, there's a deer over there. There's another fairy.
Interesting.
The good news is, the shelving unit with the Materiopticon on it is right there in front of you.
Yoink. Which part of the Materiopticon do we have?
Both parts.
Oh, beautiful.
The tech part is looking pretty fried.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to have to probably fix that if we want to get back home. / do whatever this particular recursion / dream wants us to do. Okay. So we see a bunch of magical fairies and stuff. Is there perhaps a storybook-looking castle sitting idyllically off in the distance?
Off in the distance.
So yeah.
You have no... Yeah, keep in mind, neither of you have any occult knowledge.
No, none whatsoever. But Max sort of sees the castle in the distance and... Fascinating. I wonder, my friend, what's the chances that they have very lax usury laws here and don't understand compound interest?
Kilowatt is just looking at his gauntlets and just muttering to himself, fucking magic. Fucking magic.
Oh, you're looking at your gauntlets more? Oh man, they flicked the wrong switches in here. A couple of they messed with a couple of the transistors. That's why you didn't get quite the right charge going out of there.
Reverse the polarity. Set it to magic.
And you hear a voice from behind you. Hey, what are you twos doing here?
Gonna turn around.
It's a man. He's about 3 feet tall. He has a pumpkin for a head. He's carrying a broom.
Oh my god.
Hey, listen, you twos can't be here right now. We're cleaning up the forest, so you can't just stick your junk in the middle of this place.
Cleaning up the forest for what?
You gotta clean up the forest. Now listen, you're gonna have to take your junk, you're gonna have to go somewhere else.
Well, alright, but we're strangers here, friend.
Yeah, everybody's a stranger here, Mac. What about
it's
you?
actually
What
Max.
about Sparkles over here?
The fuck did you just call me?
I called you Sparkles.
What's your name, friend?
Merv.
Pleasure to meet you, Merv. My name's Max. Max Brand. Go in for a handshake.
You listen, you gonna move this stuff off or not, or am I gonna have to get some guys to come and move it for you?
Oh, not to worry, my friend. Not to worry. We'll move it for you. And if you're cleaning up, I've got a way that you can do it so much more effectively.
He looks at Kilowatt. Is this guy for real?
Says the
Are
talking
you?
pumpkin.
Well, let's see here. I'm standing here in front of you with a broom that I have to use to clean up this whole clearing. And I got... He pulls out an arm. There's no watch on it. Oh, yeah. About now I gotta have it done by.
Who is it you're working for, my friend?
Who do you think I'm working for? Who is everybody here working for?
Well, we've come here looking for work.
Yeah, Like I believe that. You think I was made yesterday?
You do have a certain air of vitality about you.
Yeah, thanks. The pumpkin's fresh. I'm gonna ask you one more time. You gonna move along or not?
Happily, but which way is your employer?
What do you think? He's everywhere.
Everywhere? So, like, as we're
audience, you cannot see the glares that Shane is just shooting at Will right now.
I'm just...
Do you want to punch a thing?
Oh, I would...
Does Killer Watt want to punch a thing?
Almost
Do you want to
certainly.
roll for your serious irrational attraction to punching a
Yeah,
thing?
it's about time I actually start using these irrational attractions to violence and risk-taking, so...
Except you keep rolling so well.
He's
Or unless you want to just give into it.
I usually just give straight into mine.
This is the whole reason I'm here. Yes, I just want to straight up give into it.
Punch him. Give me a roll to punch Murph Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, smashing pumpkins.
7.
17.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a... Yeah, okay, Shane, that's... Let me just... I thought I saw his stats in here somewhere.
You hit him so hard he goes back to reality.
Ooh.
Okay, so here's what happens. You get him with like an uppercut, and he just starts going up, up, up. You can see him going off into the distance. Up, 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 over, over, over. Oh! Bam.
Over the hills and far away.
Pretty much.
Did he leave his broom?
His broom flew off somewhere.
Alright. Well, I suspect that whatever's keeping us here, if we take this, sort of shakes the Materiopticon, to the castle, we can find some answers.
That sounds like the stupidest plan possible, so it's probably the right one. Let's go.
Okay, and you start dropping off.
Now, when he was referring to our junk, was it like just
probably the shelf?
Just the shelf? Is there anything else on the shelf?
Odds and ends.
Oh, and there's an elf on the shelf now.
Like boxes, confiscated from Dr. John D. kind of stuff.
Huh. I'm definitely gonna rifle through all that.
Okay. Well, he's rifling through it, Shane. You see something kind of lurking around the edges of the woods.
Okay.
Oh, it's a wolf. A big bad one, I bet.
Well, it's funny you should mention that. A wolf does walk in. I didn't mean walk, it's on its hind legs.
Of course. Dressed like an old lady?
No.
Ah, damn. We're not in that part of the story.
Hey, you gotta get moving. You gotta get moving quick. They're coming. He's coming.
As in the guy in charge around here?
Worse. The guy in charge sends is coming.
So, John fucking Wick?
Yeah, kind of like that.
The guy says, John Wick! Damn!
Also, I love that, like... This
Not the
magical wolf-
boogeyman, the man you send to kill the fucking boogeyman.
Yeah. I also like that the magical wolf has, like, seen John Wick and John Wick 2 and thinks Keanu Reeves really killed it in that. Like, he did so good.
I mean, he was avenging his dog.
Yeah.
Any dog can solidly get behind a human going off for revenge.
Absolutely. Oh, who's your friend?
What friend?
I was referring to you.
I
was asking Killer Watt, who's your friend.
I'm just waiting for the fucking owl to come out and start warning us about poisonous snakes at this point.
Nope.
I am gone beyond
Are
all
you-
previous forms of goneness.
Do you want to just start going on a rampage at this point?
Rampage! You can if you want, man. None of these are civilians, and they may not even be able to be killed.
They may not even be real.
Or
What is
they're
even going-
actually real people transformed, and who fucking knows?
You know what? Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
My rampage is going to look more like the second to last scene from Ernest Goes to Jail, but...
Start describing it for me. You have a magical forest and a talking wolf standing on its hind legs warning you about someone.
Yeah, Killer Watt is just at the end of his rope with this fucked up day, and he's just like, fuck this, and just charges up the gauntlets and just zaps Mr. Wolf in the face.
Okay, the wolf goes flying. At this point, there's a certain point at which, Shane, I don't even need to get you to roll because your stats are very high in certain areas.
And clobbering is one of them.
Oh god, it is clobbering time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you zap the wolf, you zap some fairies, you rip a tree out of the ground and throw it off into the distance.
Did I find anything cool?
In the files, there's a lot of weird phrases like psychoactive interface and...
Yeah, I mean, Max is gonna, of course, take note of all of this stuff, so if he ever sees freedom, he can build one.
They don't know where the ruby comes from.
Yeah, that's
the
gonna be
ruby
the
is
trick.
not made of ruby.
No, it's made out of...
It's made out of, well...
the idea of ruby.
All scientific studies suggest the ruby does not, in fact, actually exist.
Cool. Good to know.
All right.
So, while you're rampaging, now give me a roll.
9.
Okay. Just a quick while I get back to the page. The great thing about the DC the DC Heroes RPG, it has stats for pretty much goddamn everyone, including you're about to literally like smash through a tree with your fist, and someone catches your gauntleted hand, and they're holding it with an equal strength to yours.
Okay.
Please don't do that.
Who are we looking at?
Who are you looking at?
Over?
You look over. He's wearing blue jeans. It's a guy, looks human, wearing like a white wife beater, and he's just got little sunglasses on. He looks conventionally handsome. He actually looks he's probably the most normal thing you've seen in the woods.
Yeah.
But like you're trying to like take your hand away. He's as strong as you are.
Okay, so he's just got his hand on my one arm.
Yeah, on your on like your gauntlet. So like he grabbed you
Okay.
by like the wrist.
All right. I zap him with the other one.
Give me a roll.
14.
Okay. That's against his dex. So what's your lightning is 8?
Yes.
Okay. And you rolled a 14?
Yep.
Nope, you are one shy of what you needed to get.
Ooh.
You needed a 15.
Oh, man.
He lets go of your arm, though, and spins away deftly. And you realize something, Shane. Something really familiar about this guy.
Oh, boy.
And not like you've met him before, but it's like something, almost like an air about him, is very familiar to you. And you think about it for a second. And Killer Watt has some very specific tendencies about who he will and will not kill.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, you brought them up in the past.
Yeah.
What are they?
Just a really weird code about killing virgins.
Not killing virgins, you mean?
Right, not killing virgins.
Yeah. And does Killer Watt sometimes think of himself as acting like a hunter? I mean, maybe it's what he's paid to do it.
Yeah, more like, this is his job. The old adage. If you love your job, you never work a day in your life.
Exactly. And for this specific sort of job, for everything, there's a dream, there's a nightmare, there's a conceptual being associated with it. And there's a kinship that you feel to this guy, like that. You know him on almost an instinctual level. Will knows who I'm talking about now.
I think I might.
Yep. And he looks at you and says, "Okay, are we doing this the hard way?"
Wait, are we getting into like some Neil Gaiman shit or?
You've been dealing with Neil Gaiman shit since the moment this episode started. Do you know who you're dealing with yet, Shane?
This is some Sandman shit, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Will's looking actually
fantastic.
scared over here.
Fantastic. Oh,
Course
boy.
of
Give me another roll to
I'm
hit.
picking a fight with fucking Sandman. Great. 5. That ain't gonna do shit.
No, it won't. But you're into the violence of this thing now.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna see if he can smack you.
On the plus side, we ain't to Vertigo.
You're in Vertigo now, which suddenly means you can swear.
Yeah!
It's a 10. So you take a punch at him. He just kind of nonchalantly pushes you back. And as you go, the force of it forces you to stumble a couple steps backward. And when you look down, motherfucker stabbed you.
What?
Take 2 points of damage.
Oh fuck!
Good lord.
And he's holding a knife in his hand. Where the fuck did the knife come from?
Okay.
Yikes.
You can both come with me right now, and we can... This doesn't have to go any further. I know exactly where you're coming from. And that's good. You need to keep doing what you're doing, just not doing it here.
So where are you hoping to take us, my friend? There's no such thing as a free ride. Believe me, I've tried to make one.
Max Brand at this workshop. I'm gonna make free energy, not for other people.
Just for me!
Just so I never have to pay for gas again.
Yep, didn't quite work out.
The boss wants... My boss wants to see you.
What, did he try to make a knockoff of the microverse battery?
Yes.
Yep,
Oh god!
definitely.
And to be fair, it did power a car perpetually. The problem was it powered a micro machine car.
Yeah. The economy of scale just never worked out.
Everlasting superpowered micro machines.
Yeah, on the plus side, though, I'm making a killing in the bottle city of Kandor. As soon as I can find somebody who accepts their currency, I'm a rich man.
Oh my god, this just turned into a DC stand-up.
This is amazing. I'm here trying to make Rick and Morty references, but he's on point. He's got me beat by a mile.
Yeah, well, he's got beat too. I mean, there's not much I can't. I just made that random joke.
You have to promise us, right here, right now, you need to run a campaign.
Yes.
I will.
It has to
find,
no,
it must happen.
Find the time. Figure it out. It has to happen. I'm going to be running one soon.
I want to play. I want to play in what you guys create.
I want you to play. We'll find a game.
But we're getting off track.
In this game, presumably Dream wants us to go to whoever his boss is.
This isn't Dream that you're fighting.
Yeah. I guess he wants to take us to Dream. Huh?
Yeah.
Jesus. Have I ever told you about compound interest? Of course not, as we've just met. I'm about to get smacked. I know that look. Oh, no, worse. He's going to get rid of my mouth.
Do you want to spend any hero points, Will?
Oh, I wasn't really rolling, but,
This is for your opposing value to him attacking you.
Oh, criminy. I'm gonna spend
You might want to spend some on your body, is what I'm going to suggest.
Oh, boy. Well, if we're doing my sweet body, I do still have my suit on, which I dreamed up, so theoretically...
Oh, no, you do still have all your equipment. Oh, you're actually... Oh, no, you have your body... You have your suit. Okay, you're actually fine. As you're talking, he walks forward, grabs you by the shoulder, and stabs the knife into you. Your suit takes 2 points of damage.
Now that's just unkind.
He headbutts you. You take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
He can do the talking. You're just annoying, and the more you annoy me, the more likely I am to have to fillet you. And if I fillet you, then I can only bring one person that my boss wants to see to him. And he said both of you.
Okay, so at this point, Killer Watt is like settling down from his rampage. The stab more or less deflated him.
You're like, wait, he hurt me? What? When the fuck does that happen?
Oh, wait a tick.
You have an
Pain
almost
is a fucking
identical physical track to him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, Good news, Shane. You have the same physical stats as the Corinthian.
Okay, then. Okay, so... Alright, so...
Well,
Kilowatt takes a couple of deep breaths and says... And he just looks to the Corinthian, you said his name was?
Well, yeah, you don't know that's his name, but...
he's just a guy.
So he's just like, alright. Whoever you are, Mr. John Stabberton or whoever...
oh my God, John Stabberton, name drop again. In the whole game, Will, two of the NPCs were John Stabberton and Judy McWilliams.
Yeah. It didn't last long.
No, John Stabberton got pushed off a platform while they were trying to decide who to vote off the island.
Beautiful.
In an amazing stealth move by Connell, who was more or less just playing the Corinthian.
Yeah.
And Judy McWilliams was killed by Connell and Steve, and then Tom stole his gun.
Nice.
And then another...
You can call me the Corinthian.
I hear your work's often repeated at weddings.
Let's not worry about Mr. Brand for a moment. You're obviously an authority around here. I don't want to piss you off any more than we already have, so... We just needed this duel and to deal with a Dr. Destiny or whoever.
Ah, Mr. D. Yes. Good old Johnny. Well, dealing with John D... That I don't think my boss cares about so much. He doesn't get involved in moral human affairs. But the device might be a sticking point. Well, I'll let him explain it. If I show you the way there, will you follow me? Or are we going to have to get into a dust-up?
If it gets us
He
out,
looks slightly eager at the idea.
If it gets us out of here any sooner, we'll follow you wherever.
Excellent. He takes the knife, licks the blood off of it, flicks his hand, the knife vanishes.
Yeah. My body's starting to get low. Can I do anything about that?
Yeah, there is a healing mechanic in the game that I'm going to say, as you guys are going on with them, you can both heal 2 points of body.
Awesome. While we're going along with him, I would also like to begin repairing the machine.
Give me a gadgetry check.
Yeah. Because if we're going to the boss of this place, I want to have some leverage. I got a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you start repairing it.
Nice.
And as you walk through, the castle seems far away, but as you walk, you get much closer to it by, like, vast distances. Finally, you're standing in front of this fairy tale castle.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pumpkinhead guy's there. He's sweeping up. Hey, it's used to again!
Yeah, no. Let's just get on with this, you pumpkin head person. You have a fine day.
Killer Watt has had enough of your shit.
Punch you over the horizon once, don't need to do it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
You go through, and despite its fairy tale look on the outside, the castle is very imposing on the inside.
Killer Watt's just sick of pumpkin and everything. That's all it is.
Oh my God! Killer Watt's next rampage is in October when the pumpkin spice latte comes out.
Yeah.
He's just gonna rip apart a Starbucks.
You know, I make a killer acorn squash latte.
Oh God! Another Max Brand product.
Only slight chance of squirrelism as a result.
Killer Watt's just going on a personal war against basic bitches.
Squirrelism?
Small chance of squirrelism. It is an acorn squash.
We're getting dangerously...
I source them organically from trees of my own devising.
We're getting dangerously close to D-grade characters in the wrong universe.
Hey, you do not insult Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl is pure and represents everything good about the Marvel Universe. She made friends with Galactus.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
You're okay, Galactus. I like you too, Squirrel Girl. More or less actual lines from the comics.
Yeah, pretty close. So, we're going through the castle, which is more imposing on the inside.
It's more imposing on the inside.
Incidentally, does anybody want to see interactions between Squirrel Girl and Tracer?
That would be hilarious.
I don't know if there are any nouns I don't want to see Squirrel Girl deal with.
Of course, knowing what we now know about Tracer, half the internet will be like, now kiss.
Although, again, that's pretty true with any pair of nouns. The internet's
I don't know.
place.
Doreen's sexuality has never really been discussed that much in the comics. We only know that she is attracted to some guys, she isn't attracted to Sentinels, and she isn't attracted to Mole Man.
But we digress.
Hey, we're doing stuff in the dreaming. Digression is going to happen.
That's true.
And you're led to a throne room. And the throne room is... It's like Escher-esque, the inside of this castle. And the throne room there's a long, winding stone staircase which leads up to a throne on a platform. Except you look at the stone staircase and you realize its architecture is functionally impossible. The stones, each stone is just set in the air. They're not floating. They are literally just set into the air. There's this big throne, and on the throne is a man with just like white skin. Just like, not even albino, just like white skin. Mm-hmm. In a black robe wearing what looks like almost like an insectoid gas mask. And sitting on his shoulder was a raven.
Of course.
And you are kind of marched in.
So you know in Thor: The Dark World how Loki is kind of marched in, and like he takes a couple of steps forward and then he just kind of clicks his heels together. That's kind of how Killerwatt walks up to this guy and he just says, "Before we get started, I just need to know who's your interior designer, Mario or Luigi?"
And the figure on the throne, you can kind of hear it from behind the mask, laughs.
Okay.
My interior designer is everyone. Everyone who had a dream about a castle has a dream about this castle. Everyone who imagines a room here. This is the place with infinite rooms, infinite doors. It's as imposing as it needs to be. It's as far or as near as people see it. It's okay, Corinthian. I think I'll be fine and safe with these gentlemen. Corinthian looks at you guys and is like, I'm sorry, really? Corinthian. All right. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm going to go do my thing then.
Yeah, I can handle myself in a fight, mate, but this really is like a peddler going up against a fucking tank. I'm not an idiot. I've just had issues.
And this would just be bad for business.
Can I get you something to drink?
I've seen too many fairies around here to accept that deal.
I'm not a fairy.
Well, so long as those serving it and making it aren't, then I think we have a deal.
The way I'm sensing it at the moment, you're essentially a god in this place. So.
That god is
such a limiting term.
You're the reality of a concept, as I understand it.
Yes and
Forgive
no.
me, I'm not up on the whole mystic thing.
Personification.
And whatnot.
It's easier to think of me as a function of the universe. Given human shape, it's all a little odd. I was born human, though, so I do understand where you're coming from. It's all a little much to take in. I get it. He takes off his helmet. He looks like he can't be more than 20. He looks young, despite the fact that he is dark white with black hair. Most people around here call me Dream, but since we're on a nice little speaking basis, you can call me Daniel.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Max Brand.
I know.
It just feels good to say.
You want to keep going by Killerwatt?
Why don't you just call me Seth?
Seth it is then.
That's like the first time he's bothered to give his actual
name.
Yeah.
name to anyone in a long ass time.
Yep. Well, Seth, Max, we've got a complicated little situation here. You shouldn't be here. Unfortunately, John's machine is... Well, it's what happens when a mad scientist has a dream about a machine and builds what he dreams of, while he has a ruby that lets him make dreams into reality. It's I think you'd call it a recursive problem. The snake feeding into itself.
Yes, the Ouroboros device. Yes. I doubt that's been trademarked.
You keep dreaming.
As a matter of fact, I would like to have some words with you.
About what?
Dreams. You see, my entire life, I've been plagued with a problem, and I'm a man who likes to solve problems. I like to help people in my way, but the one person I've never been able to help is myself. I'm a man with dreams, as you know, big dreams. But every dream I dream, someone else has had first.
Yes.
All this talk about dreams, I'm just waiting for him to go into a Les Mis number.
I believe you owe me, my friend.
Do you now?
I wouldn't be here were it not for this issue of mine.
Maxwell, did you miss the whole pebble tank thing that I went through not 2 minutes ago?
Well, I'm not throwing myself against him. I'm simply stating facts.
No, you know what, Seth? I think Max here needs to have something very clearly stated to him. And he stands up, and he walks down the stairs, and it seems like he's walking from a long distance away.
Yeah.
And it takes him the same amount of time to walk down the stairs to you, but there's a sense that he's bridging a chasm.
Yeah.
And as he gets closer to you, you start feeling just this aspect of him.
Yeah.
And it's not terrifying,
But it's like proper capital A old school awe.
yeah, I mean, it's like you've seen Superman from a distance before in person.
Yeah.
And this is almost like that feeling. And he steps in front of you. He's not wearing shoes, he's just wearing this robe. And he gestures for the raven. Matthew, thank you. The world, the dreams owe you nothing. They are part of you and you are part of them. The fact that you have this wonderful gift is a fact. It's a talent. And it's up to you what you choose to do with it. The fact that you constantly use it for crime, that's your choice. You didn't have to. No one forced you. I didn't force you. Dreams didn't force you. That was all you. The person you're best deceiving, Max Brand, is yourself. Seth over here is honest with himself. You know what you are. Are you comfortable with it?
There are times when I wonder if I made the right choice, but you don't always get a choice now, do you?
No, you don't.
I don't know if you chose to be what you are.
I didn't.
Well, there you go.
But it is what I am. You are what you are.
We don't play with the deck upside down. That's a little saying we have back home.
And it's a good one.
You don't know the card you're getting, so you play with what you have. You win, you lose.
You do the best you
cheater,
can.
You kick his ass.
Exactly.
Huh.
Exactly the point here. That's who you are, Max. The sooner that you're more comfortable with that, the sooner you'll stop torturing yourself. The sooner you'll stop being angry with yourself. But that's the wisdom found in dreams. And the wisdom found here is that I need the ruby back. Not a ruby. Not a ruby like this one. I need this ruby. I have one already, but it has... And a ruby, like exactly like the one you have, appears in sand. But it has facets. And those facets have reflections. And those reflections are dangerous when they're in the hands of mortals. I know because I've seen the effects. Did you read John Dee's file and see some of the things that he has done with his Materiopticon?
That I have.
Even with all the things I've done, this guy is sick.
Yes, he is. The ruby is not safe in mortal hands. No aspect, no facet of it is. No facet of it can ever be. So I'm going to ask you to give it to me, of your own free will. And in doing so, I'll send you back to Earth, safely. I'm not going to drop you back into the same area that you were in. What you do from there is up to you.
Might I propose a deal?
I'll hear you out, Max, but keep in mind that I know who you are.
Indeed, and I thank you for the services rendered so far. We also have a need for a ruby, much like this one. As the beings here have a master, so do we. Have you ever gone back to your boss empty-handed? A boss that has a bomb in your brain? Oh, what a pain. Well,
I can empathize with you, but I do have the benefit of being my own boss.
Indeed, and so should we all. It's the American dream. But, what if I made a trade with you? Instead of us taking nothing back, we took a reflection of the original ruby. Not a facet, a proper reflection. That way, people dreaming and chasing this would stop. You have to understand that, as competent and charming and skilled as we are, there are others, and our employer will not stop. But if she thinks she has what she wants, I don't see a problem.
What about you, Seth? Do you think that Miss Waller will go for that? You don't have to tell her, of course.
I'm going to be honest with you. Knowing now what this jewel is capable of, and even though I do have respect for Miss Waller, I don't want her messing with this kind of power. So, let me ask you this. As a quote-unquote master of dreams, are you able to influence perception in any way? Make her not care about this jewel?
I could, but doing something like that causes repercussions. I'm not the only one like me, and there's a give and take. She has a strong desire for this, and that would require influencing someone else to influence her. I control dreams, but there are other fundamental states of existence which are the subjects of my siblings.
Now, Daniel, may I call you Daniel?
Yeah.
Excellent. Daniel, if I go back with a similar ruby that appears the same, she will think she has what she needs, and simply feel that the research that comes from it fails. You're not influencing anybody. As you said, I am what I am, and a scorpion has to sting, and a businessman's gotta sell.
All right.
When he puts it like that, it makes a bit more sense. I mean, she technically gets what she wants, quote-unquote.
As well, I've already messed with this contraption. She'll think that any failures are likely my fault, but not be able to blame me for it. As I was simply trying to repair, not alter.
We're just trying to come up with the best case scenario that doesn't cause our heads to explode.
I can understand that, and that's reasonable.
Savvy? Yes.
It's a dream we can all dream.
Very well. Yes, I think you have a good solution to the problem.
But wait, there's more. John D. He's been causing all sorts of problems. When you return us, if we could be somewhere convenient in relation to that issue, that would be much appreciated.
Yes, part of our whole...
I won't stop you from ending his life, but I won't assist you in it.
I suppose you win some, you lose some.
The ruby, please.
With great difficulty,
Yeah,
Max Brand hands it over.
There's just that point where he's still like holding on to it. Max, you have to let go at some point.
I'm doing my best.
Thank you.
I'd offer to zap him, but his hand would stay closed.
That's fine.
Figured
Thank
that
you.
out the hard
He
way.
takes the 2 rubies, and he literally just mashes them together. They become one. He snaps his fingers, the ruby vanishes. And he snaps his fingers again, and another ruby appears. Identical. But there's something lacking from the feel of it.
Yeah, and you can tell because we're in the dream world.
Yeah. That it's just a ruby.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Now then, I think it's about time that you two went home. And Killer Watt, when you meet her, tell my sister that I say hello. And he snaps his fingers.
Oh.
And you are both standing
Okay.
in a playground, and you look around, and it's the skyline of Central City around you.
All right. Is there a street sign nearby?
Yeah. Yeah, you're at the corner of, I don't know, John's and Simone.
Great. How far is the precinct we need to be at from this?
5-6 blocks away.
All right. And judging from the sun, what time of day is it?
Yeah, it looks like it might be this more or less the same time that you left.
So yeah, it's more or less instantaneous.
Yeah.
Right.
And we still have that thing to look like cops.
Well, you use that gadget. You could use your last C Omni gadget to do it again.
Yeah, to recharge it. And then go in with the reinforcements.
Sounds good.
Let's look like cops.
Let's be cops.
Because by now, surely the reinforcements are on the way. And so yeah, let's run into the place.
May I be permitted an MST3K reference?
Absolutely.
Dumb cop and dumb cop. They're dumb cops.
This is like it was God, was it LARP that we did the gag in? We stole it from Beyond Belief. It's a drunk cop elephant.
Oh yeah.
Beyond Belief, they have a bit where at one point they're trying to interrogate someone. Let's do good cop, bad cop, Frank. But which one of us is the bad cop, Sadie? I don't know. I'm really drunk right now. Bad cop, bad cop? No, bad cop, drunk cop. Oh, well, that still means that one of us doesn't get to drink. Drunk cop elephant! Or something to that effect. I've just maintained drunk cop elephant as my favorite interrogation style.
I love it.
This is just making me think of this game that I just got on Steam called Beat Cop. It's you're literally just walking around writing tickets and busting purse snatchers.
All right then.
So
yeah,
it's actually kind of
you
funny.
walk into the precinct and they're going nuts inside.
yeah.
Like there are riot officers running up, there are civilians running out.
Awesome. Chaos is exactly the cover we need. So yeah, look like we know what we're doing, sort of pistols out and go over to the sort of secure lockup,
Yep.
swipe our way in, sort of, we're just like checking on prisoners, making sure everybody's here, providing support.
Yep. And in a cell, there is a man. And John D's file says he's only in his 30s. He looks like he might be in his 90s. He's withered. His cheeks are sunken. His hair is falling out in patches. He almost looks more skeletal. He looks almost more like the skeletal mask that he wears than anything else. And the sirens are going off. And he's just literally dancing, going, my ruby, I'm going to get my ruby. Just dancing, like the guy's completely lost it.
Well, that makes this sad. Oh well. Would you care to do the honors?
Yes, I certainly would.
I sort of just like be the lookout.
Okay, and you're just going to zap him?
I'm actually going to. I want to keep this like as quiet as possible.
Yeah, we're gonna make it look like he just like slipped.
I'm just
and
going to
fell.
let you know straight off the bat, he only has a body of 5. So, your lightning of 8, yeah.
Yeah. Really, I was just going to grab him by the throat and snap his neck.
Yeah, sure, just give me a roll. This should be pretty easy for you.
12.
God, you guys are rolling well this game.
Yeah, man, these are hot dice.
And Dr. Destiny drops to the ground dead.
Cool.
All right, now let's fry that surveillance evidence and get out of here.
Right. So.
Yeah, and as you're going back down, however, doing this will break your illusion.
Yeah.
So you're going down, and you're like banging on the doors, like, let us out of here.
Is there goons?
Well, no, there are goons. Some people sound like goons. Then you hear as you're passing one of them, hey mate, come on, come on, let a fella out of the cell, hey. As Derek tries to shift into an Aussie accent.
Sort of, yeah. Max Brand sort of slows to a trot and looks. Is it who I think it is?
You stop. Good day. Good day. Come on, let me out.
You know what? You mentioned it. I just got to get this out of my system. Goons. Hi, goons.
You look at the cell, and it's a lanky, really wiry-looking guy. He has red hair. Does he have red?
Yeah, like things like coppery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oi, come on, be a fairy and let me out, eh?
What's freedom worth to you, my friend?
I've got some money buried in the ground somewhere. Know a thing or two about a thing or two. Come on, help your old pal Digger out.
Well, when opportunity knocks.
I just stopped Brand for a second, and I grab the cell door, crush the lock, slide it open gently, and I just give Boomer a little knowing wink. Because I would assume that Killer Watt and Boomerang have worked together before.
Oi! You make Killer Watt! You're the infomercial guy!
Absolutely! I would love to talk to you about some aerodynamic properties of your products, but in the meantime, time is money, and you've got your freedom. Be seeing you!
You're just like, we're going that way, you go that way.
Yeah.
Alright. Captain Boomerang is back in business, baby!
Wait a minute, wait. I gotta ask this or I'm gonna be wondering it all night. You still have that fucking unicorn?
You don't talk about the unicorn.
You got issues, mate. Just saying.
This game in which we discovered Derek can't do an Australian accent.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah. Alright then.
So yeah, run up to the server room.
It's a Central City jail. You gotta have a cameo by one of the rogues.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course. So yeah, run up to the server room. Sort of like, assessing the damage. Oh, I can't believe you did this. Whatever. In fact, amazing craftsmanship though, and so economical.
What I don't get is why you didn't blow the server room when you were in there the first time.
Straight up forgot.
You're back here. There's still a Killer Watt fish-shaped hole in the door. You're like, wait a minute, we were here before. Oh man, could have saved ourselves a trip.
I was mostly concerned about
so-
getting my hands on that device.
Yeah. Okay, so we're heading back to the server room and just...
And then just fucking destroy it.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll head back to the server room.
Yep.
All right, and Killer Watt is going to find a nearby wall outlet
Yep.
and kind of jack into it, charge up, and boom.
Oh yeah, just like one of those big panning cinematic shots as like the lightning arcs out of you from all directions.
I thought about this, but I wasn't sure if it was going to work when we were in like the the crowded like bullpen or whatever, just come up with like basically my name for it was a taser pulse.
Okay.
Just basically have like an area of effect, just like stun attack or something like that. But
the classic
that's
dome energy attack bass drop thing.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there. So basically,
drop a template on it.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. Just.
Yep. You blow out the servers.
Groovy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Once you get back into the server farm, you know who's still hiding there?
Oh, it's
Freaking Myron, the accountant.
Oh, Myron the accountant. Well, we're taking him with us. I'm gonna put him in my handcuffs.
The one signed by the Flash.
one signed by the Flash. And then gonna lead him out as if we're taking.
Because keep in mind, you broke the police illusion.
Oh,
when you killed Dr. Destiny.
Yes, that's true. We broke the illusion, and I don't have any more CAPs for that.
You just have the ABCD Omni gadget.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that in case shit goes south real fast. So just gonna book it out.
Okay.
Gonna get out with the rest of the cast, but I'm taking Myron with me.
Okay. He's the only one there who could really ID you. Because you kept saying your name around him.
Well, I know. It's like, Amanda Waller signed Max Brand up to be, like, stealthy? I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
He can be stealthy, but he always leaves a calling card. Which is to say, a business card.
But because you don't have a business card, you just take a business card piece of paper, you signed Max Brand on it with your email address underneath. Call for opportunities.
His cufflinks double as, like, stamps.
No, they're compressed business cards.
Yes! Yeah, because he saw in the... Yeah, anyways.
It's based on the Flash's ring.
Yeah.
Except instead of holding a suit inside, you can only ever compress it enough to hold business cards in.
I can get 200 of the suckers in there, but it's only so useful.
But they all come out at once, though.
Boom! Of course they do.
Just this cloud of business cards floating everywhere. Use it right, you could use it like chaff against missiles.
I love it. So once we get out of the station and like a good distance away, sort of get into an alley with Myron.
Yeah.
All right. As one of my esteemed henchmen, Myron, have I got a deal for you? Here we have some genuine autographed by the Flash handcuffs. It's rare that he signs these. You can sell this on eBay under, and then I give him my user handle. It's all going to be handled through various businesses in the Seychelles and a couple of shell corporations. I have a small office that's still in my possession down in Baton Rouge. You can take the proceeds of that towards your debts. And then all you need to do is sign up 5 more people into my henching services. And I will send you a guide to criminal enterprises. How does that sound to you?
He just sort of looks wide-eyed and terrified.
Can I try to influence him? Can I persuade him? Come on, charisma. I got a 10 on my...
Yeah, no, you sell him on it.
Oh my god.
Great. Then I tell him, how to...
the Max Brand pyramid hedging scheme.
I absolutely put him into the pyramid hedging scheme. And yeah.
Great.
If you can get 7 other henchmen to sign up, you'll get put into our exclusive dental plan.
They were the ones who needed the dental plan. Cut back to the 2 thugs who the question knocked out. One of whom was just spitting teeth.
Well, the thing is, he asked me if I had a dental plan, and I said yes.
What even the...
He never asked if I offer one.
You guys are terrible. Yup. Okay. And you...
and then I send him on his way.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you go and meet up at the rendezvous.
Go meet up at the rendezvous with the device. She'll find out John Dee's dead right away.
And you head back, and you get taken back to Bell Rev.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to end the game there.
Holy shit, it actually worked.
Oh my god.
You guys have fun?
God, yes. Oh, Max Brand is more fun to play than it sounds. Oh, I love him.
Apologies to the people of England. You've suffered enough this year.
Apologies to anybody
without having to suffer my terrible accent.
Yeah.
You could at least apologize to the people of Australia.
No, I can't, because that wasn't even really an Australian accent.
Yeah, it was far enough away that it doesn't even count.
But then again, they gave us Mel Gibson, so let's call it even.
Oh.
I'm just savage tonight. I'm tired.
Yeah. Shane's yawning over here. I'm like,
patience.
I
for nothing anymore.
better wrap this game up before he just falls asleep.
Yeah.
And it's Max Brand dragging an unconscious Killer Watt around with him.
He's just
totally
like
get
Weekend
Myron
at
to do
Bernie's
it.
his way through the freaking.
Oh my god, a Weekend at Bernie's RPG.
Oh god.
Wheeled could end up like that if you play it right.
Well, technically that already exists. It's called Swiss Army Man.
No, that was a movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's RPG, though. How would you even do it?
Oh god.
Well, see, now this is a question we're going to have to figure out.
Yeah.
Powered by the apocalypse. I'm responsible for manipulating Bernie's left arm. All right, then. So you head back. Mission accomplished. You get time knocked off your sentences. And this is just like a one-issue, absolutely gonzo. They let Grant Morrison write an issue of
Yeah, this
Suicide Squad.
This ends up
Pretty
like
much.
stuck in the back of like an annual for something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, remember that time?
Yeah.
All right, well, thank
This
you
was
for...
like a free comic book day thing.
This was a free Well, you know what? It was a 2-episode game to wrap out the month of June before we head into our grandiose Apocalypse World game. All 9 total episodes worth of it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Run across 2 different groups.
Yeah.
And then finished at Con Bravo. Speaking of which, obviously, you guys should come out to Con Bravo 2017 in Hamilton, Ontario. You can check them out at conbravo.com. And it's running between, July 2017, between July 28th and July 30th. Hamilton, Ontario at the Hamilton Convention Center, conbravo.com. Check them out. We are going to be there. We are doing a panel. That panel is going to consist of the last episode of Apocalypse World. I'm going to be there. Shane's going to be there. A bunch of other people are going to be there. Justin, Connell, Bree, maybe Cassie, maybe Tom. So finalizing out who's going to be going there. And you are going to get to see a showdown. And it is going to be amazing. So, yeah, I'm Derek the Box for JC Views. I've been your GM for this, our very, very brief return to the Suicide Squad. Now I'm joined with my good friends and players.
Shane Fitzgerald.
Will Mitchell.
And that's a wrap. Take it away, Justin!
Why, thank you, Derek. The Terrible Warriors have new episodes out every Tuesday and Thursday. And Suicide Squad is done for now, which means you can head to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Terrible Warriors, and if you're a supporter or become one today, you can get access to the debrief episode, as well as a complete compilation of this campaign that you can download and save for your own self, so you don't have to listen to me at the end of every episode. Now, the reason why Suicide Squad was so short and wrapped up today is because the entire month of July has been set aside for a campaign that will bring our season to an end. For the first time, both our Edmonton and Toronto crews will be playing the same game. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Apocalypse World. The 2 games will run independently from each other for the entire month of July until the final weekend when at Con Bravo, live at a panel, we will record the 5th episode. Technically, it's episode number 9 because you've already heard 8. But the point is, it's the finale to both the Thursday and the Tuesday crew, as they will come together for the first time and play at the table together. Both Toronto and Edmonton playing together, cats and dogs, mass hysteria. The finale to Terrible Warriors Season 5. The finale to Apocalypse World for the month of July, live at Con Bravo. You can get your tickets for the weekend now at 2017.conbravo.com. Beyond just the Terrible Warriors who will be at Con Bravo, you've also got one of our Terrible Warrior founders, Big Mike, running D20 Live. Those are one of the must-see shows. Anthony Sardina, who is playing in our wrestling game, he's part of Team 4-Star. They're going to be at Con Bravo too. The Nostalgia Critic is going to be there. There's a bunch of YouTube stars. Our own Cassie Chu is running the Indie Showcase floor, so go down and play some of those indie games. And we'll see about running some pickup games during the weekend as well if you want to sit at the tables with us. So that's all the last weekend of July. We'll be reminding you a lot about that through July during Apocalypse World, but of course, if you want to ask us questions or find out what's going on, you can follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors. We've gotten a little bit better at interacting with you on there, and we're also on Facebook and Instagram. Derek and Bree run those for me, as well as if you like the fact that we're going to be at Con Bravo and you want to see us going to more conventions in the future, you want to see us being more daring with our game choices and bringing more guests into the studio, consider being a supporter at patreon.com/Terrible Warriors. Beyond the personal satisfaction of supporting independent entertainers like ourselves, you will also get access to the debrief episodes, the complete campaign compilations, as well as in the higher tiers we'll send you postcards, we'll name you in our games, you can even sit at the table and join us for a game. We've already got someone lined up for the new season who will be playing a game with us. And if you think that people like Derek and Dodd and Justin are the absolute bomb when it comes to being GMs, well, we also offer one-on-one consultations to help plan your game. Heck, I might even run a game for you. Today's Terrible Warriors and your Suicide Squad: Derek Burrow, Shane Fitzgerald, and Will Mitchell. And I have a feeling we'll be seeing those bad guys again real soon. But for now, thank you for listening, thank you for supporting us, thank you for telling games and telling stories, and we will see you next week in the Apocalypse World, right here on the Terrible Warriors.